Good morning, good afternoon. A little better than last week, shaved, ready to roll. Baruch Hashem, everything's doing well. Just came back about 3 hours total, about 2.5 of biking, 25 miles. Baruch Hashem, not too bad, not too bad. Start for a Friday, going into Shabbos. This week's Parsha, behar and bechukosai, for those taking score at home, behar for those in America and around the world. Bechukosai here at Yisrael, and again trying to find something where it overlaps. So I was thinking, okay, Lag BaOmer's, we could do Lag BaOmer, but found something. The first piece of the Pri Tzaddik actually talks about connection of behar bechukosai. If you look at the last pasuk in behar and the first in bechukosai, no one ever knows the last pasuk of the Torah, of the parsha. First parsha everyone knows, first aliyah, last pasuk, quick, nobody knows. Es Shabsai tishmoru mikdashi tiro ani Hashem. Es Shabso tishmoru mikdashi tiro ani Hashem. Keep Shabbos, fear the mikdash ani Hashem. Boom. Chukosai telech lelechu tzmosai tishmoru b'semosam. So it talks about Shabbos to keep, fine, behar. Bechukosai talks about chukum and mitzvos, which are mishpatim. And the Pri Tzaddik brings down the Baal HaTurim, who mentions that chukim is Shabbos and mishpatim is kibbud av v'eim. So there's a connection of Shabbos with chukim and then a connection with mishpatim. So the question is, what is going on here? What's a chok? What's a mishpat? What's the connection to Shabbos? So, Baal HaTurim says Shabbos is the ultimate chok. The ultimate chok came from Hashem. Hashem put this in place. Hashem did this mitzvah. The only mitzvah Hashem did openly in the Torah. Hashem rested on the seventh day. Even though we know that Hashem does mitzvos, Hashem puts on tefillin, Hashem does other mitzvos, but the only mitzvah that Hashem openly kept is Shabbos. So Hashem settled or put Shabbos in place, and that's the ultimate chok. We don't really know the reason of Shabbos. You could try to say that, well, it's good to rest. We need a break after the whole week of working like crazy. We need a day off. No, it's not a mishpat, it's a chok. It's a chok from Hashem. Baal HaTurim says the ultimate mishpat is kibbud av v'eim. Now, why is that? Why is it the ultimate mishpat? And the Baal HaTurim says that every person on the planet knows how important kibbud av v'eim is. It's a mitzvah sichlius. It's a logical mitzvah. As opposed to other mitzvahs, we think about it. Maybe stealing. We know that Har Sinai Hashem approached different nations, and stealing, it's not that important. Killing, also not that important. Abortion rights, all that stuff. So it's not that simple to say that everyone holds killing is bad or stealing is bad, which is, another discussion for another day. But everyone agrees, the whole world agrees, according to Baal HaTurim, that honoring your parents is a mishpat. Everyone can understand it. And the Gemara goes on in Kedushin that even Goyim do this, Dam ben Nesina, they don't want to make up his father to make a lot of money, and everyone can agree with this. And there's actually a story in India that parents are suing their son and daughter-in-law for $500,000, $600,000, because they don't have any children, they're not having any grandchildren. And these people in India, I'll include the link right after I send this. We spent a lot of money invested in our kids. We spent a lot of money, and we want our children to have children so they can take care of us. When we get older, we want to have grandchildren. Other families have kids and grandkids, and we spent money in education. We sent our son to flight school, and they don't have any kids, so we can sue them. And in India, parents can get a stipend. Parents feel that their kids aren't taking care of them. They can actually claim a stipend, and the court will send money or set aside money for the children to give to their parents. So we see across the world, other cultures, that kibbud av v'eim is a sichlius mitzvah. Everyone knows, everyone understands it. And the Pri Tzaddik says, just like Shabbos is a chok, we don't really understand the purpose of it. So to a mishpat. So to a mishpat. We think we understand it, but we really don't. We really have to understand that even though it's a logical mishpat, it's still from Hashem. The same bracha you make on a mitzvah that you understand, maybe Meiser we understand, maybe Tzedakah we understand, Kibbutz Ve'em we understand, Matzah we think we understand it, Sukkah we think we understand it, and we make the same bracha, a mitzvah, a chok, and a mishpat. Asher Kedushanim. Just because it's a mishpat, I understand it, does not mean that the purpose is to bring kedusha. And the purpose of a mitzvah, whether it's a mishpat or a chok, is to recognize Hashem, that we can become kadosh through this, and Hashem will dwell with us, and we'll be safe in our homes. We'll have Eretz Yisrael. That's the ultimate purpose, to recognize Hashem. Whether we're doing a mishpat that we think we know what the reason is, or a chok, which we have no idea what it is, the ultimate goal is to recognize everything came from Hashem. And this has a tie-in to Shemitah as well. Shemitah, I would also think maybe it's a mishpat. You know what? If you work the fields 24/7, every day, every week, every year, you're going to get diminishing returns. You have to give a break to your field. You have to regenerate the field. You have to let it lie fallow. You have to put it on sabbatical. And then, or else you're just going to get less and less apples and less grapefruits if you don't stop, let the nutrients regenerate. So maybe I would think Shemitah the same thing. Maybe Shemitah is a mishpat. But no, Shemitah is a chok, even though, yes, it will help the field in the long run, but it's from Hashem. We don't really understand what the purpose is, even though we have an idea what the purpose is that the seventh day is important. It's for Hashem to rest, to recognize Hashem rested. The seventh year is also important. So whether you're living in fancy Flatbush or Beit Shemesh, maybe you don't have Shemitah like we have in Eretz Yisrael, but the purpose is to recognize everything came from Hashem. Whether it's your land came from Hashem, your job, your place in Beit Shemesh came from Hashem, everything came from Hashem. Whether I have a house in Brooklyn, a house in Five Towns, and Beit Shemesh, everything comes from Hashem. I'm just in this world as a ger, as a toshav, and I'm passing through. Everything came from Hashem. So even though there's some mitzvahs that I kind of understand the logic behind it, I have to say, no, I'm doing this also because it brings Kedusha from Hashem. And the Gemara in Kedushin says when Rabbi Yossi would see his mother, he would say, the Shekhinah is here, the Shekhinah is here. Now, on a basic level, maybe he thinks his mother is very holy, like my mother. But the other, Pri Tzaddik says, no, when you are honoring your mother, you're also honoring Hashem. The same thing, because by honoring your mother and doing a mishpat, you bring Kedusha to the world, you bring Kedusha to yourself, and very important thing to remember, whether doing a mitzvah that I think I understand, whether a mitzvah I totally don't understand, they both have the same purpose, is to recognize Hashem. Shabbat Shalom.